friends, in this video I am just explaining you the idea of another operator overloading, and this time I am just taking the example of a class called distance, which has the kilometer and meter. In the previous video you saw that we have discussed mass, which is as kilogram and gram. This is kilometer and meter. Similar like that, I have one single parameterized constructor which sets the kg to x and the meter to x and meter to y. Then I have a void show function which has been defined usually, and then one function is called the distance, which is just name is add, which returns the type distance, and it will simply give you distance d1 and distance d2. So I just making a default constructor now, because they are quite handy. Whenever you use them, you can just make them as a variable for storing some premature, or you can say some primitive data. So here I just this is single parameterized. The show function has defined how to print, and then distance add variables like the d1 and d2. So distance function, it takes the two objects distance d1 and d2, then I create one temporary object distance ds, then ds dot kilometer is d1 dot kilometer plus d2 dot kilometer, ds dot meter is d1 dot meter plus d2 dot meter. If ds dot meter is greater than 1000, then the ds dot kilometer incremented by 1 and ds dot. So this way you can add. Now I am introducing the idea of the friend function. The friend functions for subtraction. Friend functions are not the member of a class, but they can do anything, like the operations, addition, initializing the variables. They have more power there, but they are called friend function. But keep this in mind, how they are defined: friend, subtract, distance d1, distance d2. Now how to define? When you define that, you don't need to define them with the help of scope resolution operator, because they are not the member of the class. So now see, friend distance, so it is going to return you the object of distance type also. And now how to define? When you define, don't write the word friend, just write return type distance, name, subtract, two arguments. It will take distance d1 and distance d2. Okay, if there are some error, don't worry, we can find them, correct them later, don't worry. Now I create one temporary object dr. Just keep how a friend function works. So dr dot km, so friend function subtract, takes two distance objects and return you also distance. So dr dot kilometer is d1 dot kilometer minus d2 dot kilometer, and then dr dot meters equals d1 dot meter minus d2 dot meter. Then return dr. When you call these friend function, you can only call them with the name, because you cannot call them with the help of object and dot operator, because they are not the member of the class. So here I just write d3 equals name of the friend function, subtract, and then I'll pass two arguments d1 and d2. So I try to keep the distance one larger enough so that we can have positive answer all the time in both the cases. And first one 860 meters, second one is something lesser, 364. And now d3 dot show. So the addition is done with the normal method, normal functions of the class, and the subtraction is done with the help of friend function. So now the distance, the spelling mistake, distance. It should have a return value because this is return, the return ds should be there. Yes, so return ds, and then the friend function should also, a friend function's return statement is there. Now let's see, 4 errors are there. Subtract, I think there is spelling mistake, or d1 is needed here. Okay, then again I go to the next one. Oh, this is a spelling mistake. Subtract, and now one more error, which is statement missing. So d3 equal to there, I missed the semicolon. So now everything is good. So now see here, you got the result, that is one using the normal functions, other using the friend function. So this is all about the friend functions. Keep on watching our next video. Thank you very much.